Hi all, it's Niamh here. Welcome to my art challenge page. Today we're going to be doing a cutout page using a stencil, and this page was inspired by the amazing Clare Stead, who's a lovely English lady. Check out her Instagram page, which is Art Love Studios, Art Love Design, Art Love something. I'll find out for you in the description box below. So I'm starting out by stenciling out this face, which is a Pensive Face by Dina Wakley. And I have to preface this page by saying that Claire's page is freaking amazing. My page, not so much. I was having fun doing this, but oh my goodness, it's a mess in the end. just putting it out there that you may look at this and go, Niamh, what were you on when you did this? But I had fun doing it. So I'm chopping into my craft journal. I'm using the little Dilutions cutting board to help me cut out the parts of the image. You can see I sort of stenciled it on first of all, and that was just to make it easy to cut it out. Obviously you could use a pencil and draw through it if you didn't want to stencil it on, but to be honest, I just found it easier stenciling it on to begin with. So you can sort of see how it works. So now I'm going to go in and reverse my stencil so I can get the reverse image on my second page, which just involves basically putting the hair on. I'm also extending out her shoulder and her hair a little, just so it looks a little bit, it's not that straight edge, it's sort of a little bit more rigid. So that's the cutout page. Now if I just left it sort of with that would have worked, but I got a little bit carried away. I had some new products that I was playing with and I was having lots of fun. So you can see I've just painted some black in the background, and by putting the black in the background, you can see on the other page it fills in the rest of the missing image, so you get this beautiful image on both sides. Yeah, looking at this now, I think I need to go back and do this technique again, because I've actually got some ideas running through my head right now of what I could do differently next time, and stenciling over the top of this would not be one of them. So my plan was, when I was doing this, is like, oh, I need to do something on the black just to sort of calm it down a little bit. It's very dark and dull, but then I didn't realize at the time it's taken away from that beautiful black image that I wanted there. So then I decided that I would add more colour, because of course more colour is going to solve the problem. You can see my thinking strategy and how it does not work in instances like this. This is one of the new products that I had, which is the texture paste from Vicky Boutain. The beautiful neon colours. It doesn't really go with what I was aiming for on the page. So I've got this Night by Lane stencil. The original stencil I used was one from Natalie May, who's an Australian designer. And I'm just going in and heat setting the texture paste. Now texture paste doesn't necessarily need to be completely dry before you do this, but if you at least heat so the surface is dry to the touch, it means you can sort of flip your page over and keep working. So at this stage I was in slight panic mode, because like, oh no, she's got an evil eye, what am I going to do here? It looks ridiculous. What can you do to fix it up? Of course you're going to go with neon yellow and put that over the page, because who wouldn't? I am trying, my usual techniques of using similar stencils, using similar designs in the background, so you've got a little bit of continuity, but obviously the colours I'm using are not, and it's, yeah, it is what it is. One of the things I am doing, though, is you don't see me do this very often, but I am cleaning my stencil. The reason for that is texture paste on your stencil obviously will leave sort of raised up area, and make sure that when you stencil in the future it's not going to be great. So you just need to be aware that if you've got texture paste or moulding paste on your stencils, it's probably a good idea to get rid of them first of all. So I've just cut out a brief mask for my image. And then I did some gloss sprays over the top. So this is a rouge gloss spray. I liked the effect that it sort of gave me this sort of graffiti effect on the page, but again, it wasn't necessarily what I was going for. Now I'm using blue, so again, a contrasting colour. And again, I'm going into another page and tipping that off. So you'll notice with the gloss sprays, when it goes on to the craft, it's a more muted colour. When it goes on to some acrylic paint that's already there, particularly over the white, you're going to get that true colour. So just be aware that when you're spraying on the craft, you're never going to get a true colour. You need to sort of have a primer down first. Because I got a little bit of gloss spray on my black, I decided to go back and paint it with the black gesso. So then, because why not, let's put some splatter over it. So I've got my blue on the red page, and then on the red page I get on the blue page I get the red out. So I've sort of got that contrasting. And in this case I didn't mind that it went onto her hair. I sort of wanted that splatter to go across all the pages. And to do the splatter with the gloss sprays, I tend to just unscrew the lid and use the stem to get the stencils. So I decided part of the problem I wasn't liking this was when I stenciled it, or when I sort of did all this mark making of the background, I lost the actual eye to begin with. So I've just put the eye back in again, and while it did what it needed to do, I now had the problem, I just had this random floating eye on the next page, which was a little bit bizarre. So I solved my problem, but I didn't quite solve my problem. It is what it is. Feel free in the comments below to give me your 2 cents worth and tell me how you would have improved this page. Yeah, but I do highly suggest you go and visit Claire's page, and I'll put the links on it below so you can see what doing this properly could look like. One thing I did decide to do was I'd just been to our art night at school, and one of the children read this poem, or performed this poem, which is Rage, Rage Against the Dark. I Do Not Go Gentle Into That Night by Dylan Thomas, and it's one of my favourite poems. I remember it from when I was in grade 10, and it really speaks to me. So it was in the forefront of my mind, and I figured I must have been blind doing this page, so I was going to write this poem down just to remind me of, there are good things about it, and just rage against it. When it's not working, just continue to keep going, and it'll all work out in the end. So, I do encourage you, not everything is perfect first time, just keep going. And, with hindsight, think about what you go back and change next time. So I'm looking forward to going back and tackling this one again and seeing what I'd do differently. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.